Hello everybody. In my class we were looking at the enormous crocodile just before we finished, and we only got to start the story, we didn't get to finish it. So I thought that we'd have a chance to look at it and read it now. So let's have a look. We've got the front cover and we've got the author, who was Roald Dahl. You might have read some of the books by Roald Dahl. I know I read Fantastic Mr. Fox to my class last year, and I know that my current class had, I think they said they'd read The Twits. This is the same author, the same man. He wrote all of those books, and he's written loads of others as well. The person that's drawn all the pictures, the illustrator, is Quentin Blake. I'm looking at this, look. This is an enormous crocodile. And the title says that enormous crocodile. Look at all his sharp teeth. It's got an enormous mouth. Whoa. He's looking like he's up to no good. Can you see that little frowny thing on his face? But his mouth's wide open. He looks like he's up to no good. He's got a cheeky, sneaky look on his face. And I can see, 4 children. They are looking really scared. That girl's got a hand up to her face going, oh no! I think I'd feel like that if I saw an enormous crocodile. I think I'd be running away pretty quickly. Okay, so let's have a look and see what's inside. Ooh, okay. So we've got, I'm breaking the book. We've got a little picture there of the crocodile. You can just see his eyes. He's camouflaging there, I think. Do you remember when we read Where's Woody and it told us about camouflaging? I think he's trying to hide in the water. The water doesn't look very clean, does it? And there's a little plant there. Wonder if he's going to jump out on people and go, whoa, I'm going to eat you. Okay, let's turn the page. Wow. Can you see that? There's a huge crocodile there. And there's a little crocodile there. They look like they're in some water. There's lots of plants growing around here. Where would you find a crocodile actually? Do you find crocodiles in this country, or do you find them in another country? Let's have a little look. In the biggest, brownest, muddiest river in Africa, 2 crocodiles lay with their heads just above the water. One of the crocodiles was enormous. The other was not so big. Can you think of a synonym for enormous? What's another word that means enormous? Did you manage to think of one? I thought of large. Are there any others?
Do you know what I would like for my lunch today?
The enormous crocodile asked. No, the not so big one said. What? The enormous crocodile grinned, showing hundreds of sharp white teeth.
For my lunch today, he said, I would like a nice, juicy little child.
I never eat children, the not so big one said. Only fish.
Cried the enormous crocodile. I'll bet if you saw a fat, juicy little child paddling in the water over there, at this very moment, you'd gulp him up in one gulp.
Oh, that means that he'd eat him in one go. No, I wouldn't, the not so big one said. Children are too tough and chewy. They are tough and chewy and nasty and bitter.
Tough and chewy?
Cried the enormous crocodile.
Nasty and bitter? What awful tummy rat you talk. They are juicy and yummy.
They taste so bitter, the not so big one said. You have to cover them with sugar before you can eat them.
Children are bigger than fish.
said the enormous crocodile.
You get bigger helpings.
Whoa, not sure I like this crocodile.
You are greedy, the not-so-big one said. You're the greediest croc in the whole river. I'm the bravest croc in the whole river, said the enormous crocodile. I'm the only one who dares to leave the water and go through the jungle to the town to look for little children to eat.
You've only done that once, snorted the not-so-big one. And what happened then? They all saw you coming and ran away.
Ah, but today when I go, they won't see me at all, said the enormous crocodile.
Of course they'll see you, the not-so-big one said. You're so enormous and ugly, they'll see you from miles away. The enormous crocodile grinned again, and his terrible sharp teeth sparkled like knives in the sun.
Nobody will see me, he said, because this time I've thought up secret plans and clever tricks.
Clever tricks? Cried the not-so-big one. You've never done anything clever in your life. You're the stupidest croc in the whole river.
I'm the cleverest croc in the whole river,
the enormous crocodile answered.
For my lunch today, I shall feast upon a fat, juicy little child while you lay there in the river feeling hungry. Goodbye.
The enormous crocodile swam to the side of the river and crawled out of the water. A gigantic creature was standing in the slimy, oozy mud on the riverbank. It was Humpy Rumpy the hippopotamus.
Hello, hello,
said Humpy Rumpy.
Where on earth are you off to at this time of day?
I have secret plans and clever tricks,
said the crocodile.
Oh dear,
said Humpy Rumpy.
I bet you're going to do something horrid.
The enormous crocodile grinned at Humpy Rumpy and said,
I'm going to fill my hungry empty tummy with something yummy, 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 yummy.
What's so yummy?
asked Humpy Rumpy.
Try to guess,
said the crocodile.
It's something that walks on 2 legs.
You don't mean, said Humpy Rumpy, you don't really mean you're going to eat a little child?
Of course I am, said the crocodile.
Oh, you horrid, greedy, grumptious brute, cried Humpy Rumpy. I hope you get caught and cooked and turned into crocodile soup.
The enormous crocodile laughed out loud at Humpy Rumpy. Then he waddled off into the jungle. Whoa, he's such a rude crocodile. Look, I think the not-so-big one's feeling a bit annoyed with him, don't you? You see him there? Huh, that's what he's thinking. Inside the jungle, he met Trunky the elephant. Trunky was nibbling leaves from the top of the tall tree, and he didn't notice the crocodile at first. So the crocodile bit him on the leg.
Oh,
said Trunky in his big deep voice.
Who did that? Oh, it's you, is it, you beastly crocodile?
Beastly means horrible.
Why don't you go back to the big, brown, muddy river where you belong?
I have secret plans and clever tricks,
said the crocodile.
You mean you've nasty plans and nasty tricks,
said Trunky.
You've never done a nice thing in your life.
The enormous crocodile grinned up at Trunky and said,
I'm off to find a yummy child for lunch. Keep listening and you'll hear the plans go crunch.
Oh, you wicked beastly beast, cried Trunky. Oh, you foul and filthy fiend.
Foul means disgusting, filthy means dirty, and fiend means a devil.
Oh, I hope you get squashed and squished and squizzled and boiled into crocodile stew.
The enormous crocodile laughed out loud and disappeared into the thick jungle. A bit further on, he met Mugglewump the monkey. Mugglewump was sitting in a tree eating nuts.
Hello, Crocky, said Mugglewump. What are you up to now? I have secret plans and clever tricks, said the crocodile. Would you like some nuts?
asked Mugglewump.
Oh, I've got better things to eat than nuts, sniffed the crocodile.
I didn't think there was anything better than nuts, said Mugglewump.
Aha, said the enormous crocodile. The sort of things I'm going to eat have fingers, toenails, arms, legs and feet.
Mugglewump went pale and began to shake all over. You aren't really going to... Oh.
You aren't really going to gobble up a little child, are you? He said. Of course I am, said the crocodile. Clothes and all. They taste better with the clothes on.
Whoa. So, what are the characters that we've met so far? Absolutely. Did you get that? So, there was obviously the enormous crocodile and the not so big one. Then after that, we met Humpy Rumpy, the hippopotamus. Then we met Chunky the elephant, and now we've met Mugglewump the monkey. So far we've got 5 characters in this story. Let's have a look at the next page.
Oh, you horrid hoggish croc, cried Mugglewump. You slimy creature, I hope the buttons and buckles will stick in your throat and choke you to death.
The crocodile grinned up at Mugglewump and said,
I eat monkeys too.
And quick as a flash, with one bite of his huge jaws, he bit through the tree that Mugglewump was sitting in, and down it came. But just in time, Mugglewump jumped into the next tree and swung away through the branches. A bit further on, the enormous crocodile met the roly-poly bird. The roly-poly bird was building a nest in an orange tree.
Hello there, enormous crocodile,
sang the roly-poly bird.
We don't see you up here in the jungle. Don't often see you up here in the jungle.
Ah, said the crocodile. I have secret plans and clever tricks.
I hope it's not something nasty, sang the roly-poly bird.
Nasty? Cried the crocodile. Of course it's not nasty. It's delicious. It's luscious, it's super, it's mushes, it's duper. It's better than rotten old fish. You mash it and munch it, you chew it and crunch it. It's lovely to hear it go squish.
It must be berries, sang the roly-poly bird. Berries are my favourite food in the world. Is it raspberries, perhaps, or could it be strawberries?
Uh-oh, this does not look like a good thing. Can you see those? I wonder what they are. Where were those before? They were here on the roly-poly bird's tail. The enormous crocodile laughed so much his teeth rattled together like pennies in a money box.
Crocodiles don't eat berries, he said. We eat little boys and girls, and sometimes we eat roly-poly birds as well.
Very quickly the crocodile reached up and snapped his jaws at the roly-poly bird. He just missed the bird, but he managed to catch hold of the long, beautiful feathers in its tail. The roly-poly bird gave a shriek of terror, and shot straight up into the air, leaving its tail feathers behind in the enormous crocodile's mouth. At last, the enormous crocodile came out of the other side of the jungle into the sunshine. He could see the town not far away.
"Hoo-hoo," he said, talking aloud to himself. "Ha-ha! That walk through the jungle has made me hungrier than ever. One child isn't going to be nearly enough for me today. I won't be full up until I've eaten at least 3 juicy little children."
He started to creep forwards towards the town. Oh, no! What's going to happen next? Do you think that the hungry crocodile is going to eat some children? I'm a bit worried because I think they might. Now think about all the characters we've just met. He's met quite a few characters in the jungle as he walked through. Do you think we're just going to meet these characters and that's it? Or do you think we might see them again later on in the story? Have a little think about that, and next week I will be posting the next part of the story. Take care.